Alrighty, everyone, welcome back. Happy Thursday, day before the first, a new league in over a year for Path of Exile 1. We're going to be practicing Acts 1 through 5 today. I've done a couple runs on Acts 1 through 2, but I'd like to extend it a little bit further. I've been able to get to the city of Sarn in like an hour 15, hour 20. I'd like to get that sub an hour, but I don't think that's likely to happen. So if I can repeat the 1:15 again, I'll be pretty thrilled with that. Interesting. If you don't have movement speed on boots, they actually slow you down, I believe. So for now, without any modifiers on them either. Hey, Barry, what's going on? Yes, kind of free from settlers. It's good to see you again, man. How you been? Yeah. It's, been a while. It'll be good to have something new. I will be starting with Jungron's Reeve Blade Flurry, and then I might eventually make like either a Winter Orb or a I really want to try Lightning Tendrils. Lightning Tendrils is actually why I started playing Path of Exile in the first place. So that might be my late league goal. Do you know what you're going yet?
Now there's that. Yes?
We can hold on to that.
Take care.
Alright.
Stay sharp out there.
Guardian Bearman? Nice. I haven't played Bearman before. So I'm sure that should be a good time. I've heard good things about it, though.
Not the most pleasant of arenas.
Absolutely fire.
Have to do for now.
Oh, gotcha. No, that seems like a good strat. I'm kind of hoping I get, help with single target from, my Merc. So I kind of just want to go fast. That's kind of my goal. Which I know I'm not going to be super fast with this, but as long as it's fast enough. I played Volcanic Fissure of Snaking during the Freesia event, so I'm staying away from that one. So I haven't played Blade Flurry in a while. Let alone like a Blade Flurry build I didn't create kind of on my own. No shit. That's not gonna help. I wasn't paying attention to, like, maneuvering around. That sucks. That's not gonna help my time. That's gonna add, like, literally another minute. Didn't help that the boss was there either. But yeah, I haven't played Winter Orb before either. So I'm looking forward to learning that. Especially with like all the buffs it seems to have gotten. But all the channeling stuff makes me want to play Lightning Tendrils. The first Path of Exile content I ever saw was a guy playing the old Lightning Tendrils before it was a channeled skill. And, he'd just, like, do it, and then Herald of Ice would pop everything. And that's, like, that was my first introduction. Man, really? Jeez. This is not a good start. Like, in all my testings, I never died here. I died, like, twice to Roas, and that was it. Like, there happened to be a lot at that choke point. New leveling? Yeah! Oh, SRS? Me neither. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Yeah, I've never died here before. Yeah, just let me get around them.
I believe in traveling light.
There we go. What do you usually level with? Yeah, what's going on, bunny girl? Welcome on in. How you doing? Alright, now's where I usually die. Because these rows suck. Just because they can stun you so easily. Splitting Steel, Venom Strike, and the, You talking about Spectral Throw or Spectral Helix? I know they're both, like, people like both of them. For leveling. I'm really bad at usually finding the third one in here. I think this... Okay, never mind. You level with those? Got it, yeah. So this is an explosive, like, poisonous concoction into explosive concoction. And then I'll transition to my main build a little bit later. Today we're only doing Acts 1 through 5. How do I die in the last zone twice, but I'm fine here? Make it make sense. Okay. Going all right. We're getting ready for the league start tomorrow. Finally, a new league other than Settlers, which will be really nice. Which is really nice. Again, I don't have the fastest mouse movement, but it should be fine. Alright, I'm trying. Okay, I think we go, like, up top here. I think this means Hail Rake will be at, like, 10 o'clock on the circle of this map zone. Crap. I'll just kind of kite them like this. Definitely taking the wisdom. Okay, so he's not there. There he is, okay. Oh, come on. Portal Scroll, Tribal Club, that should be enough. Level those, okay.
I don't.
Making volley for later, and then we're gonna go this. So we're gonna keep that, we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna get rid of that as well, we're gonna keep that. Sniper's Mark. Go charge. Cool. Looking for like 3-link stuff early on. This is... nope. Green might be good enough. Let's just take the green for now. Any boots? Chain boots, no, wrong one. We're actually gonna chance this. Okay, that's fine. That'll give us Spectral Throw and then Volley. There it is. And then I can put this in, and then we'll put my Bruce Mark there, and Shield Charge can go there. I screwed that up a little bit. I don't think I can afford to buy Frostblink yet.
Yes?
Oh, I can, cool. I don't think I can use it yet, but we have it. Okay, we need to find something that gives us intelligence. That's going to be a big deal. Alright, there's a lot of magic monsters here. Medium Mana Flask is nice. Oh shoot, we found this really fast. That's really helpful. Now I just have to find the entrance to the Flooded Depths. Is that what it is?
Couldn't ask for a better training ground than Ravenloft.
Where the hell is it? And we're frozen. Fuck. No, I just need to find it. There it is. Alright, now we can make it back to the bridge. Did I go right by it again? I think I did. How am I getting lost? I was right there. Okay. You know, again, it's a lot of magic monsters. Shit. But they freeze, and I don't want to screw with that. Yeah, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it, Barry, but I've been getting to Sarn in like an hour 15, hour 20. That's kind of the hope again. Eventually, I'd like to get that less than an hour, but that's not going to happen today. Just in case that's movement speed. This is a good place for experience. Yeah, I want to make sure I don't miss this.
What little help I can...
I'm going to sell that, and this. Oh. Alright. There we go. Again, still want enough intelligence to use Frostblink. Frostblink has some cool stuff where you can, basically cancel your shield charge animation with it. So it actually really speeds up how fast you're able to go through campaign and stuff. Fuck. Wish you could, like, preset your... Yeah, I was thinking that the other day when I was practicing. That would be really, really nice. Just from a quality of life thing. You know, whenever I make my own ARPG, that would just be a thing. Is there actually someplace I can go? No. Should have known it was a dead end. Shield charge is great until you start getting caught on stuff. Yeah, what's going on, Tiger? Could be something super... Yeah, that's what... I wouldn't think it'd be that, like, difficult to add. I guess they want... Oh, shoot, there's 2 essences. Oh, shit. God. What is with just getting run over today? Like, I don't feel like I'm playing significantly worse than usual. Well, thank you. I appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. You are seeing, like, out of all the practice runs I've done, you're seeing the worst one, unfortunately. This is not a good start. I swear I'm not this bad. I'm bad, but not this bad. Wrong one.
My spirit is spent.
I mean, yeah, I just get shotgunned down. Oh, it's hasted and accurate. That's what's going on. Probably should have looked at the mods before I popped it.
Break a sweat.
And then there's more. Because now he's ranged. Just because I feel like I might have to. Probably not worth. I'll try to get this guy down. I'm going to take this just for that. And then... Yo, no, this game... Yeah, no. This game's a lot of fun, and it's free to play. And, like, actually free. Which is really, really nice. It's like indie... Well, I guess it's not really indie anymore, but it started out as indie Diablo, and it's so much better than Diablo. That was messy. Might as well use this. Free to play, but... Yeah! And really that quality of life is just like premium stash tabs. That's really all it is. This is probably pretty good. Gives me... Yeah. Out of curiosity, this takes my damage from 24 to 38. Yeah, it gives me more than half again my damage.
Goodbye.
And I want something with movement speed. It's not happening. Okay. At least go back to here now. I still don't think I have enough for Frostblink. No. At least that'll help me clear things out a little bit faster. I will take the armor scrap because that's worth, I think it's 4 scrolls. Oh shoot. That's big. Maybe if I find like an energy shield base shield, I'll get to try to hit intelligence on it. Wrong way, fuck. There we go. That was dangerous. Note to self, don't charge into molten shells. Bad things are going to happen. As I charge into molten shells.
It's to be a cage fight then. I can live with that.
Alright. We are going to do the Trials of Ascendancy. Power ring could be nice. Actually, a leather belt could be too. Power ring. Did I? I put the leather belt on. I didn't see the mods on it, but there's not gonna be anything that bricks it.
My spirit is spent.
Fine. I didn't quite make it. What did I get hit by? I thought I cleared it because I didn't get stunned or anything. Alright, here's a little... Yeah, this sucks. Luckily, it's some decent experience and loot in here. You can get these guys down. Use Spirit Shield, that's what we were talking about. Does that give me... Gives me life. I can't use it. Not that way. We'll go down this way. Yep, there it is. Nothing here. Oh my gosh, you get caught up on so many things with shield charge. And then doors are just an aggravation. There we go. No. My eyes don't like to see where the stairs are sometimes. Strong box down here. What am I getting caught by? No. Alright, there it is. Okay, so it's slightly more into the center than what I figure. Nothing here. Okay.
I recognize that pretty face.
Haven't found a whole lot of, like, life or mana flasks, unfortunately. Screw it. Yeah, I shouldn't get that close because of the hatred shotgunning. We're not high enough level for that. Okay.
Your crime is trespass. Your sentence is death. Come. Come. Let me embrace you.
Yeah, after those 3 slams, he always throws out a hook.
Come.
I guess it's only if you're at a distance? Okay.
Let me embrace you.
I almost died because I got caught on the corner.
My spirits are spent.
Oh, come on, he's right there. Thank you.
Skill beats size every time.
There we go. I only have 3 left. We'll go Tricorn and this. Level 10. We can use, that doesn't have 2 green. Crap. I'm gonna do 1 more. There's the intelligence, but like nothing else. Be really good for something else, Dal. Oops, because it has lightning skill gems to it. Also had the intelligence we needed, funnily enough. Daggers are just weird because they can get spellcaster or attack mods. So it's tough to get like a solid one.
You're a fine blade and need
Nope, I went the wrong way. Okay, so it's on... I think the entrance is on the opposite end of where the waypoint is. I think is how that works. I'll have to like, try to double check, but... Oh my gosh, just let me through. That seems to be the way it works out. I thought about that last night when I was practicing. Where did I need to go? I'm getting so turned around today. Here we are. Nice.
Black fans in Orient who barely recognize.
I just did a circle again and missed my cutoff. Big bundle. Come on. There we go. Double strike I don't care about. I don't really think there would be too many gems dropping that I care about that I'm not picking up already on my own.
I almost feel sorry for these dooms.
Right, spiked bundle. I think we have a transmute we can sell. Oh no, we have those armor scrap we can sell for the whatchamacallit? The wisdoms we want. There we go. Speaking of, that works as well. I had 2 wisdoms. Okay, well, one of them can go here. Extra life, lightning res, no intelligence, but it's better than what we got. That's also better than what we got. We can put these in here like this. Okay. Taking LMP. I don't really care about any of this. We'll just take the Shattering Steel for now. We can sell most of this. Where was the armor scrap? Cool. This is going to be precision. There it is. We'll put right there. That's 3 green. We don't have a transmute though. That's unfortunate. We really want that. Can I buy it? I forget what the cost of a transmute is. I think it's 7 portals. Yeah, and we just can't get there. Crap. Would have been really nice to have. Alright, this will give us some cold resistance. That's about all it gave us, though. I mean, the regen's not bad. Might have been too aggressive in unveiling stuff. Oh, there's a chance. Yeah, not a lot of flasks, unfortunately. And that's a real shame, because I really could have used some upgrades. Maybe we can get them in Act 2. Well, this will help a little bit, just get us more, unless I get blown up by all these exploding dudes. That's fine. So I know this is roughly up and to the right. Oh my gosh, stop! Why? It's like when you chase your sibling around the kitchen table. Except they're doing it just to be jerks. Oh shit, we're here. Cool. I don't think there's anything else I want. Only one ring is a little rough, but... Yeah, I have like no... I don't have a lot of cold resist. I don't really have mana flasks. I don't have a great weapon. And we only have a 2-link. So hopefully tomorrow we're in a better position. We'll be able to afford that 3-link and get like momentum on this or added cold damage. Okay, there's some of our flash charges being spawned in now. Did I not have her marked this entire time? I don't think I did. Yeah, hopefully by this point we would have 2, at least medium mana flasks. This sucks. Okay. This phase is going to be even rougher without a lot of cold res. Maybe I should have just bought a basic piece of gear from Nessa. And, because we have 3 Essences of Hatred. Which would normally be like a really nice start. Where'd she go? Oh, she's still up here. Just because Essences of Hatred give us cold res, which, as you can imagine, is something we want right now. Okay.
We stand at death's door. Ladies first.
Horrible. No move speed. 56 increased fizz damage. Chaos damage over time multiplier is actually going to be helpful later. Can we use it? We can use it. We don't have a red slot for shield charge. Guess I know what we're focusing on. Oops. Put that back in for now, but that should be a slight damage increase. Actually, no, it's not. The chaos damage over time multiplier is not going to be helpful for later because we can't have a weapon equipped with poisonous concoction. Alright, let's find something that just has a red socket. First of all, we're gonna get rid of you. No. I said something with a red socket? There's that. Sure. Gives us strength, cold res, and that's about it, but sure. You have movement speed, but you're more than we can afford.
Return. Hello.
Okay. I might have wanted to be picking up more just white items too, just to sell for scraps. That's helpful. It's something. Transmute. It's one of these guys. Okay. We'll just tear through the non-rare and unique enemies while we kite back. I don't care about that paw ring. Okay. We have one of them right now, though. Not fighting a red beast. If you guys are going to chase me. Please become flash charges for me. Yeah, this one's going to be interesting. Crane's usually not too aggravating, but we are pretty underpowered at the moment, I think. Probably also helps if I turn precision on. That might have sped us up a bit in Act 1, too. I don't think it would have made a huge difference, but... Come on. There we go. Scare mask.
Maybe your mind wasn't as swift as your blades, bridge rat.
Sell items. Yeah, there's 2 here. 2. We're gonna sell the transmutes, actually. This gives us a decent amount of life. That gives us 38 and some fire res. 45. This gives us accuracy. I'm gonna take this one, actually. Because the fire res. Yeah. Okay. You still not use Frostblink? Still can't use Frostblink. Oops. Shit. Man, there are beasts in every zone. Holy cow. Of course, there's a beast right here, too. I just want the essence to try to get some power back. There's that, at least. Okay, we have him, but we should be out of here by now. That is not the right doorway we want. Please don't let there be beasts here as well. Alteration Jewelers. Again, I don't think I'm going to use Jewelers this run, but I should still get in the habit of picking it up. There we go, that's what I wanted. All I needed. Okay. At least at the very least, we can get hard knocks when we get to the 30 int node. That'll be something. I don't think. Screw it. That's what I was trying to target. There we go. Take a stiletto too, I guess. 17 doesn't have the sockets we want. I guess it has enough. There's 2 different types of resists. We don't have the int for this, but it will be better for us when we get it. And then life, a little bit of res across the board. It's gonna be better than that. Also gives us damage. Okay. Yeah, we can get the 30 int node there. Again, I would rather not, but we don't have a ton of choices right now. I think after this start, I am going to end after Act 2 today. Because this is taking an obscenely long time. I'll do another practice run tonight, but I don't think I'm going to do it on stream. Guess I technically don't need to kill him, right? Guess if I already have him this low, though. Two-handed sword I don't care about.
Hello.
Again, we're going to keep that. I'm going to take that.
Going.
A beast you are.
Okay. I'm going to grab you and you. We're going to start getting onslaught stuff. That means we can now use you, so that takes us from 68 to 100. Yeah, that's a big increase, and then we can use this in like another level. Yeah.
You and the rock.
Go here next. We can use Frostblink now. That's not Frostblink. This is Frostblink. There we go. That's going to be a big help to get around faster.
A place of soiled dreams. I'll have to tread carefully here.
Oh, Mana Flask. Thank goodness. Okay. I messed that up. I have to go down and around to get to it? Looks like it, yeah. Okay, at least that means the exit to second level is over here. Yeah. I know in this area, there's like a certain room that just has a bunch of skill gems for you to find. It's kind of nice. We'll start with you. Alright, now we'll work on getting you down. Yeah, that's definitely a damage increase. Holy cow.
My spirit is spent.
It's there. I don't see anything here. I'm going to pick those up just to have them. They're easy to sell and they don't take up much room in the inventory. I don't have to fight these.
Consideration and hesitation. The former is wisdom. The latter is fear.
And now that we have an increased damage, I'm feeling better about that. I
believe in traveling light.
don't think we can probably do much with that. Can we use this now? No, not yet. Too heavy? We have 56 strength. This is 58 damage. This is more than we got by a decent margin, right? We go 125 to 162. Yeah. Especially for the upcoming Fidelius fight. Man. Although I am hot garbage at getting through this zone. I'm learning little tips for other parts of it, but for like other zones so far. Come on. There we go. So many essences. There it is. Creed's a good one, though. It gives you life. Yep, there it is. Alright, we got those done. I think that gives us Herald of Ash. It is right there. We'll put in there. We can sell that. I'm just going to sell these. We can't use that yet. I don't think we can use that. It gives us movement speed. Yeah, let's use it. We just have to find a spot for precision. We'll find a spot for it. For now, that at least gives us movement speed. Also going to sell that. We're going to sell that. Double strike. Splitting steel. We're going to keep the LMP.
Return if you must.
I gave journey well.
What troubles you bring.
Do we still need gloves? We still need gloves. Oops. Not a ton of options. I don't want velvet. I'll take this. And then we had this. That changed the colors on it? I just bought the wrong one. Alright, we still got that. We can sell that claw now. We will find a room for that. Just not right now. Okay. So we got to kill Oak first, I think, is the most optimal way to do this. Oh, Oak is just right up there already. Cool. Yeah, we'll kill Oak. Even without precision, this shouldn't be awful. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that regen's aggravating, but we're at least able to punch through it.
Well fought,
Next is to find the waypoint. Herald of Ash is so nice. There it is. Now we get back down to here. This gives us a little bit of life. This is where we start finally taking off.
I can't do this this way.
Should have saved it. There we go. Shrine? Looks like it. Screw it, we have a shrine. That was so not worth it, holy cow.
My spirit is spent.
Come on, there we go. We doing Weaver's Nest first? Looks like we might. Oh, not cool, Leah. Earlier.
The king. That was.
We're gonna do this. Because there's some good things we can get in Act 1. First of all, that'll speed us up quite a bit. There it is. I'm actually okay we can't use that. Because now we can get poisonous concoction. We not? Why can't we get it? Do I really not have a transmute? I really don't have a fucking transmute. I just had to do the jankiest shit to get that. That feels bad. And now we can't use most of this. We don't have the strength. Incredible. Alright, this one was a bust.
Yes.
I don't even think I can get Blood Rage now. No, I can't get it yet, because it's not available. Okay. We can take this and at least pick that leech node back up. Alright, let's go see if we can do this with, just a 2-link. Be a good test, at least. Yeah, we still only have 2 small life flasks. Not gonna be here. Well, there's a greater life flask. That's helpful. There it is. So many essences this run. Which, like, is usually a good thing. I could probably be leveraging them more optimally, if I'm being honest. Oh my gosh. There it is. Gotta love when the onslaught kicks in just in time for you to hit a dead end. Fucker. Another one. You have to go all the way over there? Like, there's been a lot of spirits, too. I actually feel like we're getting a decent amount of, like, increased chances things that... Oh, my gosh. Down there, I guess? Right, I gotta go all the way around. Yeah, we're gonna stop after Act 2. Don't... Don't ever run as bad as I did tomorrow. I said, this was pretty atrocious. I should have known when we got caught in that choke point in Act 1. By the boss and just crabs. And I was feeling confident about this today, too. I'm trying to save my Grand Life Flask for, like, actual poisonous concoction stuff. Okay, 2 stone ring, scale doublet. Oh, why'd I go all the way back to here? Actually, can I... Does it pop up now? That might be an Act 2. It's... I mean, the increased elemental damage with attacks is really nice. Even if it's not a lot. I can't use it yet. Yeah, 20. And then... Give me some resistances, but not enough sockets.
travel far.
Can I get it from you? There's where Blood Rage is at. We don't have room for it at the moment. Right, we don't have room for precision or that. Okay.
Be kind if you can.
Alright, next up is upgrading the mana flasks. Just for some quality of life. Go this way. Well, there's the corruption thing. We don't really have anything we want to corrupt right now. Kind of like that they added it into the campaign, though. It's pretty cool. Nothing there. Okay. That's a dead end, too. Not gonna worry about the chrome. Alright, there it is. Should just be right up here.
This not be good.
There it is. Gonna aim for that. Fuck. I think ritual that early is pretty dangerous, especially like the white balls that are following me. Those things hit you at once, you're just kind of down for the count. Got a mana flask? Yeah. I don't think I'm going to worry about that strong box. We are not level 20 yet. We are level 19. We're almost 20. Right. Grand Mana Flask instead of medium.
I believe I could give the great Tereso a run for his money now.
I think I want to swap these out. Yeah. Alright, nothing else there. Luckily, with all these little sea creatures that you originally find in Merveil's Cavern, they're pretty easy to KO. And because they have low health, you're getting more out of Herald of Ash because it's overkill damage.
You die rather well.
Alright, now let's see if I can just find the, I don't think it's going to be up here. Yeah. We should at least get precise technique, before, like, we're going to get it before the Vol Oversword boss. We should have enough, accuracy. I'm a little worried because we don't have, why are there two? Because we don't have precision up, so I'm worried we're not going to have enough accuracy. There we go. If I do manage to find something we can use before that fight, that'd be great. But... Bone Spirit Shield? No, we need that for our setup. Nice that it gives you a little bit of a heads up. Alright, so... we're at 173... Still, we don't have enough accuracy. See what we can do about it, but... And the wand, obviously, we can't use with Poisonous Concoction. Anything I can transmute, or, do we have an essence? Yeah, we have one essence as well. If we can get to that node, there's a chance. Yo, what's going on? Saranic, what's going on, man? Not competitive, no. But because, like, whenever they do fresh leagues, it's a complete economy reset, so the faster you can get through the story, the better. Unfortunately, my practice run this time, like, went about as poorly as it could. I did absolutely horribly. That's actually not bad there. What are you up to, man? That's pretty bad. Because I don't want to lose those two. Actually, I have space for them. Let's do this. Still don't have enough for precision, though. Maybe? Do I have an Orb of Alchemy? I do. Strength, Cold Res, fine. Take this, put it here, but now this lets us run precision, or not that, lets us run precision and Blood Rage. We can put Blood Rage here, then we'll use both that and that. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so it's if you can get ahead of the curve, you can get a head start on the economy. Where do I have to go? Unfortunately, I did not, like, again, this is just a test run. The league doesn't start till tomorrow. I was planning on doing Acts 1 through 5, but honestly, because of how bad this started, I'm just going to do 1 through 2. Because holy cow, is this an awful start. Okay. Just ended really 10 minutes ago. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, this is an absolutely disgustingly bad start. How'd your stream go? Alright, at least our damage went up now. So we have enough accuracy. What the hell? There it is. Alright, this is not going to be a clean fight, but that's okay. Not really anything I can do about it at this point. We don't even have a portal scroll. Holy crap. Which is fine. You don't use a ton of portal scrolls. Actually, in the campaign, you usually just like log out, log back in to get back to town quickly. Pretty good. I died early on, and I have not had, like, much luck in the gear I found either. Like, I died a whole bunch of times in a really weird spot early on. Some of the tile layouts for some of the zones aren't great. Like, haven't been great, so it slowed us down. And I've also been playing a little poorly. But in particular, it's just, like, not getting great gear. Like, I don't know if you know how the skill system works in Path of Exile. You have to have certain color sockets on your gear to put your skill gems. Normally, by this point, I'd want what's called a 3-link. My main skill and 2 supports. I've only found 2 greens. I have not found a 3 green link that I can afford. And that cuts our damage by a significant amount. Yeah. So it's just been, like, that slowed us down quite a bit. Alright, that's good movement speed. See, like, that's has 3 green sockets, but only 2 of them are linked. And that's what we need to be careful of. Let's see what these are real quick. Hello? Strength, dex. That has a decent amount of life, at least. But again, we need the 2 link, which we can put there. But not for another, like, level. I mean, hey, Maria, what's going on? RNG can be. It probably wouldn't make much, like, probably like a casual player wouldn't know that much of a difference. But as I'm trying to, like, go as fast as I can, I definitely notice it. Because, like, once I get past this mini-boss up here, that's kind of like the bench point I've been practicing against. This guy. Once I get into the town just beyond him, I'll look at my played time. Grand Life Flask is nice. Again, we actually use our flasks as our weapon right now. So getting a good one. So yeah, early on, just trying to get it, get the socket colors you want can be a bit of a pain. Yeah, this is about 10 minutes slower than what I like. I'm trying to get an hour and 15 minutes to get to this point. Unfortunately, it just didn't quite pan out. Just want to see if we could have made the sockets work here. Yeah, we would have been short a red socket. Like, we could do this. Again, this isn't linked, though. So we only get those two. We'd probably go, like, Shield Charge, because that's more important to us than Herald of Ash. Although they're both really good. I don't... For 2 acts. So the way the game's set up is there are 2 there are 2 parts with 10 acts total, and that's what people call the campaign or the story. End game, like after Act 10, is when the game really takes off and you can do a ton of stuff. But you have to get through the story to get to the end game. The campaign is kind of just like a tutorial for you. It teaches you the different things you'll experience in endgame, gives you the basics of like how sockets work and the coloring and stuff like that. So yeah, it took me 2 hours to get through the first, or an hour and 25 minutes to get through the first 2 acts. I want to get through all 10 acts in about 6 hours, and it'll speed up significantly after the first couple acts. I was hoping to do all 5 today, but an hour and a half. Like, I was hoping to do the first 5 today, like part 1. Today during stream, but this start was like pretty bad and a little frustrating because I've also set myself up behind. Like, I'm now behind where I want to be as well. In terms of like what I have available to me, in terms of currency to buy new stuff. So I think most people will probably take like 10 hours to get through the campaign. Like for casual players, maybe a little bit longer. I think speedrunners can do it on a fresh start in like 3. Maybe a little bit faster. Yeah, the faster you get it through, the better. I swap back? I could swap back. I'd lose the strength. I think that's fine. So I could do like this. And this. Wear this again, just so then we could use Herald of Ash. I'll go for a little bit longer, but, yeah, not having a 3-link. Yeah, eventually. Again, the new league starts tomorrow, so I was hoping to, practice just a little bit for it. Hoping to practice the first 5 acts. Again, I'm not, like, super concerned if I don't get it, but I just don't like leveling, so I was hoping, like, alright, if I can learn how to do it quickly. A couple thousand. I've been playing this game on and off for 10, 12 years. I've played pretty much every league. So I have a couple thousand in this game. I just don't like leveling, so usually I only level 1 character a league. It's not something I go out of my way to practice. So I don't know, like, I don't know all the layouts for the tiles and stuff like that. Like, I don't know all the potential layouts for, like, this tile set. And, like, how to recognize where I need to go. Because it's semi-randomized. Yeah. Yep, no, when I get into a game, I really dive into it. Okay, I need to get up here to, like, the top left of where I am. But no, this game's really good. It's free to play as well. Its monetization comes from cosmetic effects and also, like, storage space. There we go.
Allow your wisdom to be tempered by the flame.
That's where their monetization comes from. But no, it's a really good game. It's like indie Diablo, but way better. And not really indie anymore. They've grown a ton. They just released Path of Exile 2 into early access. Right, I didn't sell anything. Which is also free. I Actually, hold up. They might be charging for early access. But when the game fully releases, it's going to be free. Yeah, and again, this isn't really like grinding levels per se. It's just getting through the campaign. So you can get to the actual meat of the game. But there is so much in the game for you to do. Most people who don't play this game know it because of the absolutely insane passive tree. Which when I get to a point, I will show you. 2 changed a little bit. I just don't like where they took 2. Where am I supposed to go? Yeah, I don't like what they did with 2 and the direction they took the game. Luckily, they're like going to be running Path of Exile 1 and 2 both at the same time. They'll be releasing a new league offset from each other every... I think we're going to get a new league in one of the games every 6 or 8 weeks. Yeah. So, like... We'll get, like, a new Path of 1 league, and then 8 weeks later it'll be a new Path of 2 league, and then 8 weeks later it'll be a new Path of 1 league. So, you know, they're just trying to take up more of your life. But it's nice that they're not getting rid of support for Path of Exile 1. And any microtransactions you get for PoE 1 will be usable in PoE 2 as well. Alright, there's a unique... Yeah, there's the unique boss for the zone, but I'm not going to spend the time to kill him because it's not efficient. Here we go. Hopefully I don't die here.
That somber expression doesn't become those fetching features at all. Cheer up and dance with me.
Yeah, see, we just don't have the damage to punch through it. More of your life, yeah. Yeah, we just don't have the damage to punch through her right now without dying on repeat. Which is really frustrating. So, I'm going to wrap it up there. Path of Exile is really cool, though. Don't let my current frustrations, like, get you down. This is still an amazing game. I'm just frustrated because of how poorly I played. This is the passive tree, though, Sarah. Gaskin! Oh, no. Your Twitch account? Yeah, no, I would imagine. Yeah, this is a passive tree, Sarah. That sucks, man. It seems like you got it back, though. Which is good. Yeah, you catch me right at the tail end. I'm not going all the way to 5. I'm a little frustrated. So, again, I'll give it another shot tonight. But I'm going to make dinner for my mom and myself tonight as well. So I think I'm going to check on that, maybe eat a little bit early. Even with, like, pretty bad RNG and me playing poorly, we still got to Act 3 in less than an hour and a half, which is probably good. The loving game, just playing as hard as I can. HK and Undertale? Yeah, there you go. Hold on, am I getting hit? Dude. That passive tree is insane. Yeah, and then... I don't have access to it yet. Hold up. There's also a passive tree for the end game. Maybe I'll do another stream tonight, Sarah. Yeah. The end game also has a passive tree, so you can choose what type of content you want to interact with. But I also need just, like, to mentally reset. You try and avoid Sarah for a while. Yeah. No, Sarah's everywhere and it's great. Yeah. Just to give you a quick idea, Sarah, before I go. I'm going to give this a shot. This isn't set up because they changed things and some things got reverted. Yeah. This is one of my more developed characters. He just causes fissures to show up in the ground. You can see them, like, chaining to enemies. Yeah. Again, this isn't like a super... This is endgame, but not like super high end of endgame. Alright, I mean, that's fine. As long as you guys don't bring the drama into here, that's up to... That's between you guys. Yeah, this isn't, like... Again, this is endgame, but not super endgame. My character is well past, like, the level of this. But I just want to kind of show off, like, what an endgame build could look like. Don't stand in those circles. So I'll do a harder map after this. Yeah, because like that was the final boss, and we just of the map, and we just KO'd it. Here we go. Let me show a slightly harder map real quick. See how we get through it. This one should be fine. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm actually going to have to use all of the tools, probably, my guy has. Again, this is like one of the higher tiers of maps. Maps get harder the more modifiers are on them, but they also get more rewarding. So this isn't like a super high modified high tier map, if that makes sense. Just like the base level is a lot more difficult than what we did last time. You can get things like monsters do extra damage. You have less recovery of like life and mana. So. And then the last boss of this map is a little aggravating at times, because if you're not careful, he can, like, one-shot you. I don't know if he can one-shot this character, if I'm being honest, especially, like, without harder modifiers. We're about to find out. So he summons these little guys first. Yep. See, there it is. He just one shot. There's lots of cool stuff. Like, this is one of people's favorite maps as well. Different maps have different layouts, and so some maps are just better for, like, going quickly. Again, I'm not, like, double-checking the modifiers, so... Okay. So, like, this one's pretty linear. It's just like this straight line that it kind of comes back on itself. These blue circles are harbingers. They just kind of summon waves of enemies. As you KO the enemies, the harbingers get hurt. You can't actually hurt their harbingers themselves. Yeah, just about. And then whenever they die, they drop like little currencies. Some of which can be really valuable. Most aren't, but people will farm them to try to get the more rare currencies. Because there are some currencies that only drop from those harbingers. Oh, I see what's going on. So right now I'm cursed with vulnerability. I take more physical damage. And every time I swing my mace, I do physical damage to myself in order to power up my attacks. But because I have vulnerability on me, I'm doing more physical damage to myself. So even if I'm not getting hit, I'm still hurting myself. So this boss has multiple phases. In between the phases, he will fly around, creating those little, like, raining fire on me. But then he comes back to here. Or he should, yeah. He does that. He does 3 passes and then comes back. So my goal is to try to get him to the next phase before he really tries to do anything else. So that can be one of the map modifiers. So, like, up here, I have temporal change, so I move slower and take more damage from damage over time effects. And then this one is vulnerability. So right now I'm cursed with 2 things. You can see here, these are, like, all the modifiers on the map. So, like, cursed with vulnerability and temporal chains. Monsters do 90% extra damage as fire damage, which basically almost doubles their damage. Monsters attacks chain, so if I have allies around me, the attacks will chain between my allies and myself. Hexproof basically means it's a lot harder for me to curse them. Less accuracy, it's harder for me to hit things. And then 60% less recovery rate of life and energy shield, which is kind of... Any reach I have now happens slower. Even slower with temporal chains. And then energy shield, I don't have any, but it's like another defensive layer. So if we go back to... yeah, just from the map. So if we look here... This one, like, if I do physical damage, and I do not... Or yeah, I do a little bit of phys damage. 18% of that will be reflected back at me. If I don't have ways to completely negate that, and I do primarily physical damage, that'll just one-shot me the first time I use an ability. 107% of physical damage is lightning, basically more than doubling their damage. Unique bosses are possessed, so they get extra abilities, are a lot tougher to take down, but more rewarding. Monsters have a higher accuracy, so they go through my evasion more easily. 60% less recovery rate of life energy shield, like I just talked about. And then you can suppress spell damage, which cuts the amount of spell damage you receive by half. This reduces that by 20%, so you're only reducing it by 30%. Some maps get incredibly, incredibly difficult. Where are my maps? Alright. My maps are somewhere. Everything got merged into one league, so they might be hidden right now. But yeah, maps can be really difficult. Holy cow, these are from years and years ago. It really is. Yeah, it's got a huge learning cliff. But it is so good, man. It's so good once you sink your teeth into it. Both? So you have to know bosses' mechanics and to, like, avoid stuff. But they're... Reflects elemental damage. That's why I died as soon as I swung. So yeah, some builds are, like, really tanky and can survive most stuff, but even, like, a lot, or some boss effects will still one-shot you even with super tanky builds. There are very few builds that can live everything. So you kind of have to know mechanics. Don't stand in, like, circles. But defensive layering also is important. You want to, like, make sure you've maxed out all of your elemental resists on any build. And then you're going to have, like, either energy shield, and then armor or evasion, stuff like that. Yep, exactly, because that map reflected some of my elemental damage. And even though I'm somewhat tanky, I'm not tanky enough to live even 20% of my own damage being reflected back at me. So... yeah, this game's super complex, but super good. Some builds are really easy, some builds are way more complex. This one probably falls in, like, a middle ground, but still probably, like, on the easier side. Especially if you don't care about how it works. You can kind of just go and swing. Some rare monsters can have different effects as well, and one can, like, put that ice cage around you. Usually doesn't do much, it's just a little aggravating. But no. If you're looking for an ARPG, something you can loot and learn to craft yourself and really, really sink your teeth into, Path of Exile is nice, but again, it's got a pretty decent learning curve. There he is. Stay away from fun games. Oh yeah, for sure. Again, it's free to play. New League starts tomorrow. If you get it, there's a couple things I recommend you get as well. Also, I just defaulted back to my log out, log back in. First and foremost, follow a build guide for your first build. Just, you saw the passive tree, follow a build guide for your first build. You're also going to want to get the Path of Building community fork. Community fork. It's a giant planner. Let me pull it up on screen real quick. There you go. It is a giant planner, but it lets you import other builds as well. You can see the passive tree they use, suggested items. It's not on this one, but like, yeah, suggested items, passive trees. Some even have like multiple steps, so you kind of know the progression. Tells you skill links they recommend to get the most damage out of it. It also allows you to do calculations if you want to see like, hey, what if I switch one skill for another one? How does my damage change? And sometimes they have notes as well to kind of help you follow along. If you want to make your own build, it also lets you plan that out for yourself. Super, super important tool. Really, really good. And again, you can import and export builds. The other one would be get a loot filter. You can go to filterblade.xyz. This is the default site for loot filters. If you don't, let me see if I can just show this off real quick. If you don't have a loot filter, you see the stuff here. Let me find a good example. Yeah. This is just like a very small monster pack size. It really helps you learn. It doesn't like play in the game. Oops. Sorry, let me change back. There we go. Yeah, so you see like only the Paladin's boots are showing now. You can see all of the other items that are hidden by my loot filter. And this is just like from a very small pack in endgame. Loot filter very much helps. And Filter Blade really lets you be more customizable with it. Oh, here, this will really show it if I live. Basically, you have to break these guys out of stasis before the timer runs out. When the timer runs out, everybody you broke out of stasis will appear, and you can KO them again to get loot. It's very powerful, if you can handle it, because it gets very dangerous. So, like, this is everything that my loot filter is showing. Yeah. This is just everything my loot filter is showing. You can see, like, all the smaller ones are what it's hiding. Like, look even here. Like, you can see all these little items. And you can make it more strict, less strict. You can have it highlight things. You can do sound effects when, like, certain types of items drop so you don't miss it. Filter Blade's pretty versatile, but you can also just use, like, setup and use ones, like, preset ones as a beginner. Really easy to do. And there's guides on YouTube, but, again, it's pretty easy to set up. Those are, like, the two biggest ones, and then again, I suggest finding a build guide for your first build because of how complex the game is. You'll want to be looking for, like, 3.26, which is the league that starts tomorrow. 3.26 league starters, because you're going to be starting out with nothing. And so they're usually pretty beginner-friendly builds you can make on a budget, and there's some out there that you can, like, are designed for the beginners as well. Yeah, again, look at all the items it's hiding. Yeah, loot filter is like low-key necessary in my opinion. Plus it helps highlight items you might not think are valuable. Especially as a new player. No, this game's sick. I love Path of Exile. I'm so glad there's a new league going on. I'm super hyped for it. Yeah, no, man. No problem. Yeah, we'll see. I'll be, the league starts 4 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, so I'll be going. Hopefully I'll finish this story before going to bed. So hopefully I can get it done in 6 or 7 hours, and then, over the weekend, I'll be doing endgame. Hopefully pushing up through the different tiers of endgame. Glad you enjoyed it, man. Yeah, I gotta run. I'll make dinner. Yeah, it's, 3 o'clock. So get ready. Yeah, hopefully see everyone tomorrow for league start.